Brian Turner here. How y'all doing? Today's lesson, we're going to talk about bar chords. There are 7 basic chords in each key. There are 12 keys. What I'm going to do is teach you how to play those 7 chords in all 12 keys today. First, some terminology. Root notes. A root note is the note that identifies a chord. For example, the root notes we're going to do today are going to be on the 6th string. Let's say I've got my first finger on G, the 6th string, 3rd fret, and I play a bar chord like this. Well, that note right there is G, and that is the root note. That's the note that identifies the chord. So in all the chords we're going to do today, the root note is going to be located on the 6th string. Another term, whole tone. A whole tone is the distance of 2 frets. For example, the 3rd fret to the 5th fret is a whole tone, also known as a whole step. A semitone is the distance of 1 fret. From the 3rd fret to the 4th fret is a semitone, also known as a half step. There will only be 3 shapes of chords: major, minor, and diminished. That's the only shapes we will have. If you look right here, you'll see a diagram of a guitar. You'll also see a little number beside that graphic. And that number represents what fret we're on, okay? We're going to start with the key of C. There are 3 things that all keys have in common. Number 1, they're all in alphabetical order. For example, I'm going to start with the key of C. So it will be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, back to C. Because in music we only have A through G. When you get to G, you just start at the beginning of the alphabet. If I was doing the key of G, it would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So all 12 keys are in alphabetical order. Number 2, the quality of the chords are the same in every key. What I mean by quality is the chord major, is it minor, or is it diminished? As I mentioned before, there's only going to be those 3, no others. So what I want you to learn to say is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and back to major. So because there's 7 chords, another way you can think of it is the 1, 4, 5 chord are majors, the 2, 3, and 6 are minors, and the 7 chord is diminished. So for example, in the key of C, we have C, which is C major. That's the number 1 chord. The number 2 chord is D minor. 3 chord is E minor. 4 chord is F. 5 chord is G. 6 chord is A minor. And the 7 chord is B diminished. So again, notice that's major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. The third thing that all keys have in common is they always follow a pattern of whole step, half, whole, half. For example, if the C, you're going to, from C to D is a whole step, from D to E is a whole step, from E to F is a half step, F to G is a whole step, G to A is a whole step, and A to B is a whole step, and then half step back to your major. So remember the whole, half, whole, half. Now there's one thing that all the chords do not have in common, and that is the number of sharps or flats. We always start with the key of C because there are no sharps or flats. But it's the only key that has no sharps or flats. The key of G has 1 sharp, the key of D has 2 sharps, the key of A has 3 sharps, and so on. So I want to put a graphic of all the 7 chords in the key of C. Starting with C on the 8th fret, I have my bar cover all 6 strings, get your first finger real straight, 2nd finger 3rd string, ring finger 5th string, pinky on the 4th string. That is C major. When I say C, the word major is taken for granted. That's C major or C. Okay, and we call that the 1 chord. Okay, The next chord is a whole step above, is D minor. The 2 chord, the quality change is D minor. Then we go up a whole step from there and we have E minor. Now, it gets on acoustic guitar, it gets kind of hard. When I get to the 12th fret, what I usually do is I kick an octave lower. For example, I could do E minor like this, but it's kind of hard, so I'll just go way down here and do a regular E minor. See, that's like a bar chord. It's just that the nut is substituting for my finger. So that's an E minor. That's the same thing as the 12th fret. Now, if you remember, we have a half step to the 4 chord F. Another whole step to G major, whole step to A minor, then a whole step to B diminished. 7, 8, 7, right there. We're only using 3 strings there. And to be honest with you, diminished chords, I've done other videos on those. They're a whole different subject. I've kind of just given you an easy diminished chord to get us by right now because we're not going to dwell on that chord a lot. But I do want you to play it. So there we go. There's 7 chords in the key of C. C major, whole step to D minor, whole step to E minor, half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A minor, whole step to B diminished, half step back to C. 7 chords in the key of C. Now, so if you remember those 3 rules, the next keys are going to be a lot easier because remember you have C to D is a whole tone. It becomes minor at the 2 chord. Whole tone to E minor. Half tone to F major. Whole tone to G major. Whole tone to A minor. Whole tone to B diminished. And a semitone back to C. So that was the key of C. Now let's try the key of G. G is on the 3rd fret. It's major. Whole step up to A minor. Whole step up to B minor. Half step up to C. Whole step to D. Whole step to E minor. Whole step up to F sharp diminished. Back to G. Okay. The next key is going to be the key of D. Now the key of G had 1 sharp, didn't it? Now we're going to do the key of D, which has 2 sharps. It's going to have the sharp you already had, F sharp, and a D and a C sharp. So it's key of D, 10th fret, D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, half step, whole step to A, whole step to B minor, whole step to C sharp diminished, half step back to D. The key of D had 2 sharps, but the same little pattern, ho, ho, half, ho, 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 half. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. So now we're going to try the key of A, which has A's on the 5th fret, up a whole step, 7th fret, B minor, up a whole step, 9th fret, C sharp minor, up a whole fret to D major on the 10th fret. Then E, instead of going to the 12th fret, we're going to catch it open. Then your 6th chord, F sharp minor on the 2nd fret. Then we have G sharp diminished on the 4th fret. And then we're back to A where we started. So now let's try the key of E. E can use this open chord. That's just like a bar chord. It's just that my first finger normally is here and I do like that, but we're going to let the nut be my bar chord. E, whole step up to F sharp minor, whole step up to G sharp minor, half step to A major, whole step to B major, whole step to C sharp minor, whole step to D sharp diminished, and back to E. Okay, that was the key of E. Now the key of B, 7th fret, B, up a whole step to C sharp, up a whole step to D sharp minor, up a half step to E, up a whole step to F sharp, up a whole step to G sharp minor, up a whole step to A sharp diminished, and then back to B. Now we're going to do C sharp, which is on the 9th fret. C sharp, up a whole step to D sharp minor, up a whole step to E sharp minor. E sharp minor, that's weird. That's supposed to be F minor. That's one of those rare occasions you call that E sharp minor instead of F minor, because you don't leave out any letters of the alphabet. E sharp minor, F sharp major, G sharp major, A sharp minor, and then C diminished and back to C sharp. I'm sorry, that's B sharp diminished. You got C sharp. See, you're supposed to not have B sharp, are you? In that key, you do. In the key of C sharp, you have all sharps, just like in the key of C, you have all naturals. That was all the sharp keys. Now we're going to do the flat keys, starting with F, which has one flat. F, up a whole step to G minor, up a whole step to A minor, up a half step to B flat major, whole step to C, whole step to D minor, up a whole step to E diminished, up a half step to F. Now the key of B flat, which has two flats. 6th fret, B flat, up a whole step to C minor, up a whole step to D minor, half step to E flat major, whole step to F major, whole step to G minor, whole step to A diminished, half step to B flat major. The next key is the key of E flat, which has 3 flats. 11th fret, E flat, up a whole step to F minor, whole step to F minor, half step to A flat major, whole step to B flat, whole step to C minor, whole step to D diminished, half step to E flat major. Then we have A flat. So, okay, now A flat on the 4th fret. A flat, 3 flats. A flat, B flat minor, up a whole step to C minor, half step to D flat major, whole step to E flat, whole step to F minor, whole step to G diminished, half step to A flat. Now the next key would be D flat, but we've already done the key of C sharp, which is the same as D flat. So I'm not going to do the D flat and G flat because we already did F sharp, and I'm not going to do C flat either because we already did B. So just to review, that's all 12 keys. So remember, number 1, they're all in alphabetical order. Number 2, they have the same quality. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Number 3, they always follow that same pattern. Ho, ho, half. Ho, 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 half. That's the 3 things they have in common. The one thing they don't have in common is that they have different amount of sharps and flats. The key of C has no sharps or flats. Key of G has 1 sharp. Key of D has 2. A has 3. E 4. B 5. F sharp 6. And C sharp all sharps. Key of F has 1 flat. B flat has 2 flats. E flat has 3. A flat has 4. So that's learning how to do the bar chords with your root note on the 6th string. What we're going to do in the next video is learn how to do the same thing with the root notes on the 5th string, and then we'll start mixing it up. So if you want to see some other videos, you should see a link about right now, one of these spots here that'll take you to my playlist. So if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments below, and always glad to hear from you. Bye.